What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a word from the ancestor reading for the sign of Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn, this is your fourth reading this week, and you are third on the zodiac lineup this week. Hopefully, you guys are receiving some good enlightenment during your energy wave. Okay. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay? So you guys should know how this goes. We're going to get into the Urban Tarot first. Okay? And then Everyday Tarot to clarify. Okay? I'm going to start with one from the top, one directly from the bottom, and one energetically from the middle. Okay. I was a little torn about picking another one, but got attracted to another card to pull. So let's see where we end up with you guys, okay, for your last card. So we have Prince of Swords, Capricorn, okay, the hacker. We then have the Ten of Pentacles, wealth, and the Five of Swords, defeat, okay? So, just looking at this spread alone before I really get into each one by themselves, it looks as though, the best way that I can say this, ancestors are coming in and they're like, someone tried to take the easy way out, okay? Someone tried to take a shortcut in something in life, okay? And ended up in defeat, okay? Or it will end up in defeat, okay? So let's kind of start here with this Prince of Swords, okay, the hacker, okay, looking for some form of truth, okay, swords energy here, okay, there's a sword right there in the back on the screen. He's got all three screens around them, okay, and is looking up stuff online, okay. So Capricorn, whatever it is you've been doing, maybe you're working from home for some of you, okay. Others of you, like I said, somebody tried to take a shortcut, okay, possibly in trying to get to know somebody, okay, instead of in a sense of, everybody does it, okay, I'm sure, especially if you're in a relationship, okay. Half of the time, the internet is not your friend, okay? Half of the time, the internet is not your friend, okay? It can either make you or break you, okay? Especially as we're getting into this Ten of Pentacles here, and then Five of Swords, okay? And so, with that being said, it's kind of like a two-way fold for the Capricorn collective, okay? So I'm gonna hit on one. In one set of Capricorns, okay, you know how in a relationship, most of the time, either you follow each other on social media, or someone that you might be dating, is you follow them on social media. Either you follow them on all platforms, or you follow them on one. And of course, you know, you pay attention to certain posts that they do, just so you can see who they talk to, who like their stuff, how they respond to people that comment to them, how they know somebody, who their friends are, if you have any mutual friends, things like that, okay? And so you possibly use that to your advantage in a sense of looking at their interests, looking at their likes, things like that. Just again, some basic, or what you consider basic recon that would be beneficial to you, okay? Something of value, okay, to you, of learning about them without having to actually communicate with them, or you're using it as recon so that way you have something to talk to them about. And let's say you know this person enough, or they know you well enough to know that you're not really interested in anything that they're interested in. You are polar opposites, okay? And so that is what leads to this Five of Swords, okay? Is you tried it, you played your hand, and unfortunately you got defeated in it, okay? Because you tried to go the easy route and you tried to get to this Ten of Pentacles in a ill-intentioned type way, okay? You had malicious intent, okay? Because how is it malicious? Because of the fact that you tried to make yourself more attainable to somebody based off of what you saw online. You try to appeal to their interests. You cannot do that, okay? Just because this person likes apple pie, all you like cherry pie. You can't say, "Oh, I love apple pie," and they know for a fact that you can't stand apple pie. You've told them, "I don't like apple pie because I feel like it's a taboo flavor. Nobody gives cherry pie enough credit, especially cherry pie turnovers. Like, you love cherry pie, okay?" And so how can somebody who's been an advocate for cherry pie, got a cherry button, and maybe you have, I don't know why this is coming out, but again, ancestors, word from the ancestors, okay? You've got cherry socks, you've got cherry brooches, you've got maybe cherries on your cell phone case, you got a cherry ring, you like cherry earrings, like you like everything cherries, okay? It's something about you and cherries, okay? So someone that loves cherry so much, anything cherry, cherry pie, cherry juice, cherry candies, anything. And now all of a sudden you like apple pie. Now you're an advocate for apple pie now. Since when? Okay, that is trying to appeal to somebody's interest so you can benefit. Okay, that in a sense is in ill intentions. Okay, towards malicious intent. Okay, to only benefit you. Okay, because of what you wanted. That's why you end up being defeated. Okay, the other set of Capricorns, you need to be careful working from home, Capricorns, okay? Especially if your job uses like VPN. Some people have been possibly your main like security officers. Someone's possibly watching your activity or clocking you, possibly Capricorns, working from home, about your breaks, things like that. You haven't been checking in, doing a morning check-in or whatever the case may be, okay? And so be very mindful, okay, of what you're doing online when you're at home, because they are watching people's activity as they're doing their job, okay? You're supposed to be doing coding and things of that nature, but you're watching YouTube videos on your work computer. Yeah, you may not want to do that, okay? Because they do track every website that you're on. Your browser history at any given point in time can be searched remotely without you even knowing, okay? And so while what you have right now is a very lucrative job with this 10 of Pentacles being here, you could possibly, I'm not going to say lose it, but it's a possibility that you could get written up, whatever the case may be, for doing something that you're not supposed to be doing, okay? That could affect your pockets, okay? So that's for a very small few of you, but I'm just saying be very mindful, okay, if you're working from home. The activities that you do on your work computer can be traced, okay? Someone is watching your movement, okay? And it has been possibly very questionable, okay? So, and it could be based off of somebody being a little bit skeptical about you and the work that you do, okay? As far as maybe you've had some issues with your work, as far as your work ethic, things of that nature, a lot of mistakes, or something has been made, okay? And so for others, it could be a sense of you've applied for a possible job that's very high in value with this Ten of Pentacles, okay? But someone else may get the job based off of work ethic alone, okay, and experience, okay? So that is for a small few of you, okay? So in order to have kind of like a heads up about things, make sure you're presenting yourself with your highest skill set, and that your work ethic is top notch. Okay, don't turn in something that you know for a fact you were half-ass on. Okay, I'm hearing something about be very careful of plagiarism. Okay, for some of you who work or deal with reports. Okay, learn how to paraphrase. If you don't know how to paraphrase, by all means, kind of look up at APA guidelines for writing. Use Grammarly, things of that nature, okay, are usually pretty helpful. Use the thesaurus on your Word as you're creating your reports, just to, give them a little boost in as far as like wording, things of that nature. Make sure, some of you may be in college, Capricorns, so be very mindful of, don't just copy and paste things, okay? Actually quote where you have gotten a statement from, okay? You do have to provide an index at the end of your essay to show credit where you got information from. Your instructors will possibly take points away from you for not doing the index. I never liked doing the index. It was my Achilles heel whenever I did reports and essays and things like that. When I was doing getting my associates, it was my least favorite thing to do, but it has to be done, okay? So make sure, especially with websites, if you're going to websites and you're pulling information from there, make sure you put a link in so people can go directly to it in the index, okay? And usually if you're having a hard time finding where the accredited information is coming from, scroll all the way to the bottom of the website and you can usually find the copyright information of when the page was last copyrighted. You can usually find at the end maybe the author or writer. If it's not at the top, you can usually sometimes find it at the bottom, okay? Things of that nature. And then sometimes you can click on something within the site for author information, like APA. You might see it like APA information or something like that. It depends on what the site is that you're looking up, but I get this feeling of somebody looking up something and they can go, maybe it's within if you're doing school online, it's within your school's library. They may have that towards the bottom, that APA information where it's already set up in the format of APA, so that way it's less work on you. And then sometimes they have it where they can do an APA creator, where you input all the information in and it puts it in APA format for you for your index, okay? So for some reason I felt like I had to give that out for you guys, Capricorn, so I hope that is helpful to you, okay? As it was definitely very helpful to me when I was getting my associates. I did University of Phoenix and Strayer momentarily when I decided to try to go for my bachelor's, but I decided to not finish. I did not finish. Okay. Um, Decided to go and keep pursuing my career. So I took the hard road, or maybe the less harder road, in a sense. But it all depends on how I look at it. To me, I chose the harder road. Um, I'm more of a work experience type person versus a school sense, if you will. And that's probably, like I said yesterday, group projects used to be my least favorite thing. So, nonetheless, I'm getting too much into me, but let's get back into your reading, okay? So, hopefully, that was helpful. All right. So, we have the Hierophant, okay, clarifying the Prince of Swords here, okay? The Hierophant clarifying the Prince of Swords. Like I said, Capricorns, y'all were doing this in reference to the Hierophant is somebody with two people here, which is usually kind of referencing relationship, okay? Someone passing judgment over two people, and wanting to know things, okay? And so that's what you were doing, okay? You were trying to figure out all you can just to appeal to someone, okay? You were just trying to appeal to them, to look better to them, to gain the same interest that they do, okay? So, that can backfire on you, because especially if someone knows you, okay? And you can't just pull out the hat that you like something in particular that you know or just recently found out that they liked, okay? It's something different if you do it in a way that doesn't seem creepy, like they know you're on their social media, unless you did it the sneaky way and they have no idea that you're on social media. So I've had, people in the past tell me that, oh, I'm not on social media. I don't have a Facebook, or I don't have this, or I don't have that. And it's like, oh, okay. And then next thing you know, you end up finding them on the site. And it's like, did you lie just so I wouldn't find out that you have one? And that's because the internet is not your friend, okay? You can find out a lot of things if you take the time to really scroll. If you got time like that, you can find out a lot of things about somebody, either good or bad. People use the internet to spy on their spouses, to see if they're cheating, okay? Or to see if they're talking to somebody. You scared to take pictures with people because you don't know if your person is going to see that picture and be questioning you all day about who is this, and screenshotting. People love screenshotting shit. And next thing you know, you got a screenshot of you eating ice cream with somebody at Brewster's that they've never met before, and questioning you like, who was that? I saw somebody sent me this picture of you eating ice cream somewhere. And you're like, it was nothing. And then next thing you know, it's an argument, okay? So the internet is not your friend, okay? The internet can have you thinking crazy things, okay? You sitting up here trying to get tips on how to be with this person and how to get this person and how to appeal to somebody. People are scared to talk to people and be their actual selves. Why do you have to create some type of representation to get someone, okay? You shouldn't have to do that. If you don't like you, then why should someone else like you, okay? If you don't like who you are, you don't like the fact that you like cherry pie, you wish you liked taboo things like everybody else, so you could be ordinary. You weren't meant to be ordinary, okay? You weren't meant to be that particular person. You were meant to be you. You were meant to be unique. You were meant to be an individual. You were meant to have your own thoughts, not sit up here and try to create some fake facade for somebody just so that way you can get them. And then when they get you and find out who you really are behind closed doors, it's like a slap in the face. It's like, who is this person? I don't know this person. I didn't meet you 2 3 months ago, or 2 years ago, or 5 years ago. This is not this person. This is someone totally different. And it makes somebody feel like it was just a trap. And who wants that? Now reverse it, and if it was done to you, how would you feel? Okay, it's all about having emotional intelligence sometimes. Okay, treat people the way you want to be treated. Okay, would you want somebody stalking you online, figuring out what it is that you like and what you don't like, and then using that to appeal to you just so that way they can get you? Like, that's, how would you really feel if you put yourself in that type of space? How would you feel? Would you still want to talk to them? That's not endearing. That's stalking. Stalking can sometimes get very seriously dangerous, okay? Where it starts off lighthearted and not meaning to do anything, and then it turns into something crazy, okay? Obsessive, okay? And it's possible that you have become obsessive over this person, okay? So, that being said, we have the 7 of Cups here, clarifying the 10 of Pentacles, okay? You have your eyes on so many things right now, okay? Or people, okay? You have a bunch of options here, okay, as far as wealth is concerned, okay? And if we're talking about financial wealth, there are some Capricorns that have a skill set for a multitude of things, okay? You can be very multifaceted and have your cup full of different skill sets, okay? Use that to your advantage, okay? You have your main job, possibly, okay, that you are focused on, but there are other avenues. Maybe you're trying to figure out how to make more money, or create more wealth or value for yourself, okay? And so you're starting to look at different things or possibilities. Like I said, for another set of Capricorns, you're possibly looking for another job, okay, as things are starting to slowly open back up again, okay? You're going to be on the hunt for a lot of jobs, okay? And like I said, it's, be very mindful for some of you on how change your work ethic, okay? Change your work ethic, because people are looking at you right now, okay? And you have to be mindful about using people as references from a previous job, especially if your work ethic, they can't say anything negative about you to another job, okay? But they can tell the truth in reference to your work ethic, depending on what your possible future employer is asking for, okay? And so while you're applying for these jobs, just be very mindful with the job that you have now, okay? If you're wanting an increase at the job that you're at right now, Capricorns, you are going to have to beef up your skill set, okay? You are going to have to show your worth, okay? And get your hands dirty with a lot of extra responsibilities in order to receive that extra funds that you're looking for, okay? It is possible, but be mindful, okay? Because again, you try to call someone's bluff, they are going to call yours back, okay? And that leads to this defeat here, okay? Which we have the Hanged Man, okay? We have the Hanged Man clarifying the 5 of Swords, okay? Hangman and the 5 of Swords is talking about, like I said, people looking at things. Hangman is usually talking about looking at things from a different perspective, okay? And so you will kind of feel a little bit defeated, okay? And like I said, some people are going to be looking at you a certain way, okay? depending upon how you've been moving recently, okay? Um, in the sense of your work ethic, in the sense of friendships, things of that nature, okay? Like I said, Capricorn, this is, y'all have a lot of mixed energy within the collective. So I will definitely suggest, if you know your birth chart, to go and look at your main. If Capricorn is your sun sign, you need to be looking at your moon, your Venus, in whatever house in particular is very important to you, such as career or love, things of that nature. Usually, if you're focused on love, then Venus would be, your Venus placement would be the best placement to look at the video for, or your seventh house in reference to relationships and home, okay? So you need to review your hand, okay, before you deal your cards, okay? Before you lay down your cards, you need to review, okay, and look at things from another perspective, okay? Learn someone the regular way, okay? Appreciate yourself for who you are and not try to be someone else, okay? Be honest with yourself about your skill set and what you're willing to do for your job. If you're willing to go the extra mile and be that team player. If you're not, you're not, okay? Nobody's forcing you to be. I'm just asking you to give a little bit more care and attention to your work, okay? They're paying you to do a good job, not a half-ass job, okay? So to avoid this defeat, you have to make some changes, and you have to look at things from a different perspective, okay? So with that being said, I'm shuffling one more time this Ancestor Oracle so we can pick a card for you guys energetically, okay? And let's see what the ancestors need you to know. We'll refer to the book for any final messages. I feel like going here. Okay. So, Capricorns, you have clear your mind. Okay, clear your mind. Okay, it says be present, focus, and embrace. Okay, be present, focus, and embrace. I feel as though you need to focus on the things that are more important, such as not stalking someone and taking care of your responsibilities. That's just point blank, period. Okay, because it's some type of obsessive behavior that I'm feeling within this energy, okay? There's something obsessive, primarily with the certain energy when it comes to love or a particular person that you want, okay? Because you think they're what you need, or it's based on what you really want because you think you need it, okay, right now, okay? There are certain phases in your life where certain things are more important than others, okay? Such as love is not that important right now, okay? You can push that to the side and worry about taking care of your finances, okay? Or taking care of your household, or taking care of your kids, okay? That takes precedent over thinking about love right now, okay? You can have friendships, you can have that quality time with someone special, but stop trying to advance it into something that isn't necessary right now, okay? The more you rush into something, the more difficult it's going to be. So it's time to really take the time to embrace yourself, embrace what you need to focus on, and focus, okay, on what's more important, okay? Clear Your Mind is on page 28, equaling out to 10, which is talking about an awakening, okay? Something is going to happen that's going to give you that aha moment of what it is that you need to focus on, Okay? And when that moment happens, you need to embrace it. Okay? Clear your mind, be present, focus, embrace. The ancestors speak. This card reminds you to slow down and take stock of what is important to you right now. You may have lost your connection to who or what matters most. If there is too much confusion around you, you may lose focus. Try not to get distracted from your values. Be clear about who you are and your immediate needs. Avoid putting your happiness and well being off for another day. Okay? Your happiness should not be lying within a person. Okay? Your happiness should be lying within yourself and what it is that makes you happy around you. Okay? You have plenty of other connections that can make you happy and fulfill you at this time. Okay? It is not easy trying to find somebody who you truly want to be with, okay? And that's on both ends, not just on what you want, but for the other person too, okay? So, with that being said, we're going to go into the angel messages here, which it's again so many cards attracting my attention, okay? But your card here is Ariel. Ariel, okay? Ariel is the angel who is saying new psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view the world and yourself. Allow your spiritual gifts to open through study, prayer, and meditation. Okay, like I said, there is a aha moment and awakening that is pending for you. Okay, with this hanged man being here and saying that it's time for you to clear your mind and focus. Okay, you are about to change in some shape, form, or fashion, okay? Because it's necessary for you to work on you before you can attach yourself to another person, okay? It's just fair. It's fair that way. It's fair for you so that way you can heal and be more present in your relationships, not just with someone you're trying to connect with, but it's also for the benefit of the other person as well, because they should not have to primarily focus on trying to heal you or prove themselves to you because of trauma that you've experienced in your past. Okay, that is what happens when you rush into a relationship and haven't healed from your last one. If it's not a relationship, there's something internal, maybe from your childhood or things of that nature that you need to get over, or old connections with friends. Okay, you need to do a whole revamp and evaluation from the inside, inner work, to external work, okay, with those in your vicinity. Okay, so and find out what your true identity is, because that is what's missing from you, Capricorn. Okay, so with that being said, of course you can see we're at 33 minutes. You guys are super extended, but it's for a good reason. Okay, so we have one more reading for you guys this weekend. Saturday is Tap Into the Soul. That will be the final reading for you guys. So until then, peace, Capricorns.